You know how I said in my Big Deathly Hallows review that part 1 was a big exposition dump before the big final battle? Well, this movie's a big exposition dump, and then the final one is also a big exposition dump with a battle that doesn't even last half the length of the Battle of Hogwarts. So as you can imagine, it left me pretty disappointed. I love the whole Hanging Tree song, that's cool, but everything else feels like a huge step backwards, and more like they just wanted to get it out there as fast as possible to make money. Why? Well, let me tell you all about it, starting with my review of Mockingjay Part 1. Yes, I'm reviewing these two separately because it does not deserve a giant, nearly 1 hour long review special. It doesn't. Now, is Mockingjay Part 1 a bad movie? No. It is not a bad movie, but it is nowhere near as great as the first two. I wouldn't even call it great, because the back half is cluttered, the pacing is a mess, a bunch of the characters get horribly sidelined, a bunch of the deaths either feel rushed or inconsequential, and the ending, while it's shocking, it barely carries over into the next movie at all. So it just feels like a cheap freaking cliffhanger to pull people back in for the second part of something that doesn't even happen. Like, what the hell? And then the writing took a dip, the acting quality took a dip, everything took a dip here. Yes, that may be controversial, and I'm probably on an island with that one, but every time I see this movie directly after rewatching the freaking epic awesomeness that was Catching Fire, this always bummed me out every time. And that's also why I'm not very kind on part 2 either. Oh boy, I have a lot to say about part 2. But all you need to know about this one is that it's not a bad movie, but it's a start to a very cluttered, unsatisfying conclusion. And that's a shame, especially after I praised Deathly Hallows about how well it ended the Harry Potter series. This was just the first part of a very clunky, very underwritten, underthought, and not planned out two-parter that was rushed out for the sake of money. Think the third Divergent movie Allegiance, except not as egregious. But either way, final verdict for Mockingjay Part 1 is a 6 out of 10. And it's because it just bums me out every time I watch it. Because they set everything up so well in the past two movies that when you get to the big start of the end, it starts to lose its wheels and just fly off the tracks. Like, come on, man. This is a movie that just bums me out. But at least it's not like Mockingjay Part 2, which is outright fucking infuriating. Why? Tell you all about it next time.